Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So the Indiana Pacers have signed Jahlil Okafor to a training camp deal. This is interesting to me, and I'm gonna say this, okay? You know how they always say actions speak a lot louder than words? Well, I'm just gonna say this, okay? I have a feeling this has a lot to do with Myles Turner and the impending free agency this upcoming offseason. Not this season, obviously, this upcoming offseason. We had Pacers GM Chad Buchanan come out and say that they want Myles to remain there long term. Okay. Then, Myles Turner has come out and said that he would like to stay with the organization long term. Now, here's the problem. Okay? Even though, the Pacers may want to keep him and Myles Turner may want to stay there, okay? The Pacers just re-signed Pascal Siakam, they extended Andrew Nembhard, and they re-signed TJ McConnell. Okay, cap space is not exactly, plentiful on our team anymore. This is something that people need to at least start to think about. We still need to re-sign Ben Mathurin, which is going to be, he's good, I believe, this season, and I think next season, at the end of next season, he becomes a guy that we will have to actually, re-sign, put, pen to paper and bring him back, because we can't lose Ben Mathurin for nothing. That's just not acceptable. It's not going to happen, okay? We've spent a lot of money this offseason, okay? So the amount of money we're going to be able to offer Myles Turner this upcoming offseason is maybe not going to be even in the ballpark of maybe what Myles is worth. I haven't looked at the salary cap. I don't know what the fuck it is. All I know is when you have two max players on your team and you start dishing out money to other players, you start dishing out money to Andrew Nembhard, who's worth it, you start dishing out money to TJ McConnell, okay? Well, these guys are worth what they're getting paid, and honestly, TJ McConnell is underpaid. I'm just going to call it what it is. TJ McConnell took what I think was a significant pay cut to come back to the Pacers, okay? And I feel like part of that has to do with at least trying to bring Myles Turner back. And the thing is, the team has brought in James Wiseman. They have now brought in Jahlil Okafor. So the team is still playing with the possibility that Myles Turner could maybe not be here after this upcoming offseason. There are going to be teams out there with more salary cap space to spend than we do. Okay? I'm just letting you know. There's going to be teams out there with more salary cap room. There's going to be teams out there with better opportunities that could use Myles Turner. Okay? The Lakers are a team that is always in talks to sign a guy like Myles Turner. They've been trying to trade for Myles Turner for what seems like a long fucking time now. Okay, the Pelicans are an ideal situation for Myles Turner because he'd be going to a team where he fits what they're trying to do. The Bucks, Brook Lopez is on the brink of retirement. Okay, and that team's very good. What I'm trying to get here is that Pacers fans should not take Myles Turner's loyalty for granted, okay? Because they've done it before. They've done it with Paul George. They've done it with Victor Oladipo. They've done it with, who else? David West. Okay, time and time again, we have heard players say, I want to stay here. I want to stay here. I want to stay here. I want to finish my career here, okay? Players say that fucking everywhere they go. And if you've ever worked in a corporate environment, okay, executives will always say what is beneficial to the business or the team or whatever it is right now. Okay? Do you I'm just gonna say this, okay? Everyone's like, oh yeah, well, Chad Buchanan came out and said that he wants Myles Turner to be here long term. Okay, well, do you think he's gonna say right before the season starts that they don't want Myles Turner to be here? Do you think that's a smart move? Do you think that's something they're going to say? Kevin Pritchard's been trying to trade Myles Turner for 5 fucking years now. So when I see people who are like, and it's more so on Facebook than anywhere else, but people were like, when you even bring up the possibility that like, hey, Myles Turner could potentially be on another team this upcoming offseason, whether he gets more money to go someplace else or a better opportunity to go someplace else. The Atlanta Hawks, like, yeah, the Atlanta Hawks aren't a good team, but they will have more cap space to spend than we will. Okay? Like, even though they might be a worse team, they might be able to offer him a whole hell of a lot more money than we do. And if it's one thing we know about the NBA, money talks. Okay? Money plays a big factor in where people go. You know what I'm saying? Like Fred VanVleet a year or two ago. Okay? Do you think he wanted to go to the Houston Rockets? No. I guarantee you he didn't. But you know what? They offered him a whole hell of a lot of fucking money. That's generational wealth level money they offered Fred VanVleet. He'd be stupid not to take it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying Myles Turner is going to get a generational wealth level contract, but it's just the idea. Pacers fans really need to wake the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Because this happens all the time. It happens all the time where we're like, oh, this player's going to come back. Yeah, this player's going to come back. He'd never leave us. He'd never leave us. And all of a sudden, they fucking leave us. Indiana is, what? Cornfields and what? You got the city of Indiana, Indianapolis itself. But like, people are like, I get it. Indiana's culture is special, but people need to stop treating Indiana like it's fucking Miami. Okay? Like that's all I'm saying. Because for whatever reason, like, yeah, Pascal Siakam wants to be there. And honestly, if we never traded for Pascal Siakam, the odds of Myles Turner staying here are even less. So it's just the idea. I feel like, yeah, trading for Pascal Siakam and assigning him to the extension we did will help a lot. I think that's going to help a lot in bringing Myles Turner back. And that might be like the one saving grace to bringing him back. I understand where this ideal comes from, that people are like, Myles Turner's going to stay. He's been here for 10 years almost and all this other stuff. I get that. I do. But the fact of the matter is, okay, shit changes. Okay? Tony Parker played for the fucking Spurs for fucking years. And at the end of his career, ended up on the fucking Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in time, players go to other teams. At some point in time. Okay? Whether it's your team can't fucking win. Whether it's you're in trade talks all the time. And these are things that Myles Turner has been subjected to. Okay? And if I hate to break it to you, but if you look at the outlook of this upcoming season, okay, the Knicks got better. Like, I know everybody likes to pretend like, oh, well, this player's not that good. And everybody fucking does it. Everybody's like, oh, this player's not that good. This player's injury prone. This player's this. This player's that. Everybody fucking does it. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you can't rely on that. Okay? Like, I don't get, like the fucking Knicks traded for Karl Anthony Towns, right? Karl Anthony Towns is a phenomenal player. Everyone's like, oh, well, he gets injured all the time. Okay, well, the only time he needs to be healthy is in the fucking playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I tell everyone this. Oh, well, he's going to be injured in the regular season, and this will happen, and this will happen. You don't know that. You don't know. For all I know, Karl Anthony Towns could play 78 fucking games this year. So, my problem with the whole situation with Myles Turner, with Pacers fans, is for whatever reason, we're very fucking ignorant. That's my problem with the whole thing. We are very fucking ignorant. We beat the Boston Celtics 4 times in the regular season. We beat the fucking Bucks 4 times in the regular season or some shit like, or 3 out of 4 times. Okay? And suddenly people act like that's the equivalent of playing a 7-game series. It's not. Okay? It's not. I don't know why people really, really overrate those games. They do. Okay, yeah, oh, we beat the Boston Celtics 3 out of 4 times. We beat the Bucks 3 out of 4 times. Yeah, and we lost to the fucking Chicago Bulls 3 out of 4 times. Okay? So it's just the idea, like, people really need to calm the fuck down a little bit, I think. Because it seems like right now, everyone's like, we're a championship team. We're this, we're that. Okay, I get that. It's good to be confident in your team. But, like, the shit sometimes that I see, I'm just like, you know, I don't like telling anybody how to be a fan, but I'm just like, I read some of this shit sometimes. I'm like, God, you guys are going to be awfully fucking disappointed. You're going to be awfully fucking disappointed. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. They just got Karl Anthony Towns. They still have Josh Hart. They still have Miles McBride. Yeah, we got a good bench, okay? We have a solid starting five, okay? But we really need to stop acting like some of our players are better than they are. Like, honestly, all I'm expecting out of this upcoming season is to see if Ben Mathurin and Jarris Walker take leaps forward. That's all. Maybe Andrew Nemhard, maybe Obi Toppin. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. But it really, like, irritates me a little bit that people live in this fucking fantasy world. It's like, okay, well, we made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Okay, that's great. But a lot of shit really had to go our way for that to happen. And honestly, I don't honestly, this is my honest opinion. You can think what you want of it. I don't think the front office even wants Myles Turner. I think they want him around for the veteran presence. I think they want Myles Turner around because he's been there so long. He understands the culture. He understands everything. Like, he's the only guy left from that 2014 season, the 2013-2014 season. He's the only fucking guy on the roster left from that. Okay? And he is, yes, been here a long time. But the fact of the matter is, the front office has been looking to move on for him for like 5 fucking years. Okay, we need to rebound the basketball better. That's something he just seems like at this point has no interest really in doing. We need more rebounds. And if you want my personal opinion, Kevin Pritchard wants to go in a different direction. Okay, I think Kevin Pritchard wants to go in a different direction than Myles Turner. He's been in trade talks for 5 years, folks. Okay, if Kevin Pritchard and Chad Buchanan as well, okay, if they really wanted Myles Turner to remain on the fucking team, he wouldn't have been in trade talks for 5 years. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. It's like constantly like cheating on your partner and like for 5 years straight and still saying, yeah, I want to be with you, babe. Like, that's what the fuck it is. That's what it is. It's like talking to other people and like saying you're still remaining faithful to your partner. Okay? That's what this is. And you know what? Respect to Myles Turner. He's handled it like a champ. I think he's been more so for the Pacers than any other player I've ever seen. And yes, that works in our favor, but it's just the idea. Do not take his loyalty for granted. That's all I'm saying. Because I see a lot of Pacers fans doing that. Oh, Myles isn't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. He's going to retire a Pacer. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Bro, all the actions tell me that, okay, we're signing Jahlil Okafor. We've signed James Wiseman. We're going to have to extend Isaiah Jackson. Okay? Like, these are things that have happened or things that are going to have to happen. And you know, it's one thing to be. I'm not saying people can't have that opinion, but it's been really fucking ignorant. The whole thing has been really ignorant. I'm like, yo, people are acting like there's no possibility it's gonna happen. But like, the thing is, okay, here's what I think will happen. If you want my honest opinion on it, I think the Pacers will offer Myles Turner a contract just over $30 million. Let's say $33 million a year, right? And then another team will come in, somebody, I don't know who, okay? And they'll offer him $37 million a year or $40 million a year. Somebody will, okay? That's just the nature of unrestricted free agency. Myles Turner has never been an unrestricted free agent. Never. He's never been an unrestricted free agent. So, okay, it's only natural for him to explore his options. It's only natural that he's going to say, okay, this is what Indiana offered me. Let me wait a little bit. Let me wait and see where, because he could do this as well. Let me wait and see where Kawhi goes. Or let me wait and see where LeBron goes. Let me wait and see where Giannis goes. Let me wait. Because there are going to be guys who enter free agency that are star players. And they could go someplace else. If Jimmy Butler gets traded somewhere else. That's people completely ignore these facts about things. It's like they act like star players don't become free agents. All it takes is somebody to say, just, somebody like Jimmy Butler or James Harden or somebody to call up fucking Myles Turner, Giannis Antetokounmpo, okay, Zion Williamson, even though he's not going to be the one to do it, but Trae Young. That's all it takes. All it takes is somebody that Myles really wants to play with to be like, hey man, we got the money, okay? Why don't you come play for Milwaukee? Okay? Why don't you come play in New Orleans? That's all it takes. And depending on how good the team is, maybe Myles would even take less. It's just the idea, like, you never know what a player is thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my point about the whole thing. It's like, yeah, Myles' actions have proven that he's wanted to stay here. The front office is saying that they want him here, but their actions prove otherwise. And Myles could just be like, you know what? All it takes is somebody to really offer Myles a contract that makes him feel valued more than the Pacers have. Because for all I know, Pacers could offer him a contract. Like, this is the problem with the front-loaded extension they gave Myles, is the idea that I think it was like $36 or $37 million, okay? That was front-loaded, and then it went to like $21 and $22 million. I guarantee you he's going to be looking for $36, $37 million a year. Guarantee it. Because that's what they gave him on the front-loaded contract the first time. He's going to want money like that, because he's going to say, well, you paid me it once before, right? So that's what I think I'm worth to you. $36, $37 million a year. And the Pacers could be like, sorry, we don't have that type of money, or we're not willing to pay you that. And then Myles could say, okay, well, you know what? You've been trying to trade me for 5 fucking years, so fuck you. I'm going to this other place. I'm going to the Miami Heat. Okay? I'm going to the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm going to, I don't know, wherever. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It is what people fail to understand about free agency is it is very easy. Okay? It is very easy to upset somebody with an offer. Okay? Like when you apply for a job, okay, and they come to you, and let's say you're someone like me and you've got 7 or 8 years experience in the field, okay, that you've been in, and somebody comes to you with, yeah, we want to pay you like $10,000 less than what you're worth. Okay? You're not going to go there. You're not going to work there. You're going to find some other place to go. And we're at a point now where the Boston Celtics are really good. The Knicks are really good. Philadelphia, we have yet to see what that's going to be. But for all I know, Myles could be looking at the Western Conference and go, looks a little easier to win a championship over there, boys. And this team's offering me more money. Oh, hey, a front court of Anthony Davis and Myles Turner, along with LeBron James and Austin Reeves and all these guys, sounds like a pretty good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. You know? Is it better than the current situation? I don't know. But I think if he goes to Milwaukee or New Orleans, if he goes to one of those two places for maybe less money, I think it's a better situation. Like, he doesn't have to sit and wait around to see what Ben Mathurin becomes. He doesn't have to sit around and wait to see what Jarris Walker becomes or what Obi Toppin becomes. Obi Toppin's a good player. One of the best bench players in the league. But the fact of the matter remains, okay, that anything can happen. I'm not saying there's 0 chance Myles Turner comes back. I think it's a fairly good chance that he comes back. But I'm not going to sit here and be ignorant and say, oh yeah, he's definitely coming back. Psh, there's no way he doesn't come back. I'm not saying that, because then, okay, if I do come back and I say, oh yeah, there's no way that Myles Turner doesn't come back, then I look like a jackass when he decides to go someplace else. Okay, that's why I'm not doing that. I'm being realistic about the situation because he's never been a free agent before, and that's something a lot of people are really underlooking. I think that's something a lot of people are really underlooking, okay? Like, that girl that you've liked for a long time, suddenly she gets a lot of offers when she becomes single. You know what I'm saying? You can like a girl for a long time, okay? And yeah, she could be in a relationship for 4 or 5 years. When she becomes single, boys, okay? When she becomes single, there's offers. There's offers, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Like, Myles Turner, gonna be the first time he's ever been single. That's all I'm saying. That's all. First time he's ever been single. And there's maybe something better out there. That's all. So what do you guys think? down below in the comment section below. Like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.